This is the sound giraffes make at night, but why? Have you ever been lucky enough to hear a giraffe hum at night? Some people say that hearing a giraffe's hum is a good omen, while others say it brings bad luck. Well, today we're going to try and find out the truth behind the mysterious humming of giraffes, so make sure to watch until the end. But before we start, make sure to hit that like button for more videos. In the wild, giraffes communicate with each other in a variety of ways, including vocalizations, visual displays, and olfactory signals. However, one of the most intriguing aspects of giraffe communication is their nocturnal humming behavior. This eerie sound has been known to send shivers down the spines of even the most experienced wildlife enthusiasts. But what exactly are they humming about? And what is the meaning behind this strange behavior? Well, today, we are going to take a deep dive into the world of giraffes and explore the fascinating reasons behind their nighttime humming. Join us as we uncover the secrets of these gentle giants and learn why they use humming as a form of communication. You won't want to miss this. Theories about the reason giraffes hum at night have varied over the years, ranging from the scientific to the more superstitious. One of the prevailing theories is that giraffes hum to attract mates. Proponents of this theory argue that the low rumble is a form of advertisement, letting potential partners know that they are ready to breed. However, this theory falls short when you consider that giraffes do not typically vocalize during mating. In fact, aside from occasional grunts and snorts, there is no evidence that giraffes make any noise during the mating process. Another popular theory is that the noise giraffes make at night is a territorial defense mechanism. This theory suggests that the low rumble is a warning to rival males, letting them know that the territory is occupied and that they should stay away. While this theory seems plausible, it also has its limitations. Giraffes do not typically engage in aggressive behaviors at night, and they are generally more active during the day when predators are most active. It's unlikely that a nocturnal territorial defense mechanism would be effective, as daytime predators would be more easily alerted to the presence of prey. One of the most intriguing theories is that the sound giraffes make at night is a form of echolocation. This theory proposes that giraffes use the low rumble to navigate their surroundings, similar to how bats use echolocation to navigate in the dark. If true, this would be an unusual adaptation for a mammal as large as a giraffe, as most animals that use echolocation are relatively small. However, research has shown that giraffes do use echolocation to some extent, as they can navigate in the dark and avoid obstacles by listening for the echoes of their own footsteps. It is possible that the low rumble is a form of auditory communication that allows them to communicate with each other while navigating in the dark. This theory is supported by the fact that giraffes make the sound while walking, and that they are more likely to make the sound in unfamiliar or densely vegetated areas. Despite numerous theories, the real reason giraffes make this sound remains a mystery. In fact, this behavior was only officially recorded for the first time in 1986. Since then, scientists have been trying to figure out why giraffes hum at night, but they have come up with nothing conclusive. One of the main challenges in studying this phenomenon is that giraffes are elusive creatures that live in remote areas of Africa. This makes it difficult for researchers to observe them in their natural habitat and gather data on their behavior. Additionally, the sound giraffes make at night is relatively low frequency and difficult to detect. This makes it challenging to study the acoustics of the sound and understand how it functions as a form of communication. Despite these challenges, researchers continue to investigate the behavior and make new discoveries all the time. It is possible that with further research, we will be able to solve the mystery of the giraffe's nocturnal humming. So why don't we just ask giraffes directly what they're humming about? You might think that talking to a few giraffes would put an end to this mystery once and for all. However, talking to giraffes presents its own set of challenges. For starters, giraffes are not known for their conversational abilities. They don't bark or meow or tweet. They communicate with each other through a combination of visual cues, olfactory signals, and yes, vocalizations. These vocalizations are typically limited to grunts, snorts, and whistles. And those are only produced during certain times of the year or in response to specific stimuli. So even if you could get up close and personal with a giraffe, chances are they wouldn't be able to tell you much about their nocturnal humming. In addition to their evasiveness, giraffes are also endangered species. This means that there are strict regulations in place to protect them and their habitats. So getting close enough to them to ask questions is not only difficult, but also potentially dangerous. Not to mention that giraffes are very sensitive animals and loud noises or sudden movements could easily startle them, putting both you and the giraffe at risk. All of this is to say that talking to giraffes is not a feasible option for solving the mystery of their nocturnal humming. But wait, there might be a way to decipher the meaning of the hum without actually talking to the giraffes. If giraffes are communicating with each other through their hums, then perhaps we can figure out what they're saying by recording and analyzing the sounds. This approach has worked for other animals that make similar sounds, such as whales and dolphins. Researchers have been able to identify different types of whale songs and even translate them to some extent by recording and analyzing their sounds. Similarly, dolphins have been known to produce a wide range of sounds that convey different messages depending on the situation. By studying these sounds, researchers have been able to identify different types of dolphin calls and determine their meaning. So it is possible that a similar approach could be used to decipher the meaning of the giraffe's hum. By recording and analyzing the sounds, researchers may be able to identify different types of hums and determine what they mean. However, this would require a lot of time and effort to collect data and analyze the sounds. Additionally, giraffes are elusive creatures that live in remote areas of Africa, making it difficult to observe them in their natural habitat. Nevertheless, with advancements in technology and our understanding of animal communication, it may be possible to decipher the meaning of the giraffe's hum in the near future. Giraffes are highly dependent on their sense of hearing, which plays a crucial role in their daily lives. Their ears are large and well developed, allowing them to hear predators and other potential threats from great distances. Hearing is also essential for giraffes to communicate with each other, especially in long distance. When giraffes are separated by large distances, they rely on auditory signals to communicate. This is particularly important for mothers and calves who need to stay in close contact while they are apart. Giraffes also use vocalizations to communicate during mating season. With males producing loud drumming sounds to attract females, these sounds can be heard up to a mile away and serve as a form of advertisement for their availability as mates. In addition to their sense of hearing, giraffes also rely on their sense of sight and smell to communicate. They use visual displays such as ear flicking and tail swishing to convey messages to other giraffes. Additionally, they release special substances from glands on their bodies that carry information about their identity and reproductive status. These chemical signals can be picked up by other giraffes through their vomeronasal organ, which is located in the roof of their mouth. Overall, giraffes use a combination of auditory, visual, and olfactory communication methods to convey messages to each other. Giraffes are primarily active during the day, but they do exhibit some nocturnal behavior. They are crepuscular, meaning they are most active at dawn and dusk. During these times, they are more active than during the night, but they are still awake and moving around. At night, giraffes typically sleep for around 5 hours, but they may be awake for longer periods of time during the breeding season. They are able to navigate in the dark using their sense of hearing and touch. Giraffes are highly dependent on their sense of hearing, and they use it to navigate in the dark. They can pick up the sounds of predators and other potential threats from far away and use this information to plan their movements. Additionally, they can use their sense of touch to feel their way through tall grasses and other vegetation, helping them to avoid getting lost or injured. Giraffes are generally solitary animals, but they do come together at night to form loose groups. These groups can consist of up to 15 giraffes, and they provide a sense of safety in numbers against predators. Giraffes are also more likely to be active at night when they are in groups, as they can rely on the others to keep watch for predators while they rest. Additionally, giraffes are less likely to become disoriented at night when they are in groups, as they can follow each other and use each other as reference points for navigation. Overall, giraffes are generally nocturnal animals, but they do exhibit some crepuscular behavior. They are more active at dawn and dusk than during the night, but they are still awake and moving around. At night, giraffes use their senses of hearing and touch to navigate in the dark, and they often form loose groups for safety. And now you know everything about giraffes. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. See you next time.